welcome everyone. Thank you to day 3 of unlocking the oracle of the True the Stars Sidereal Astrology Chart and how you can use the tools of this chart to decode, to diagnose, to reveal and heal core issues in the physical body as well as the spiritual body. So tonight's call is all about healing. If you've been dealing with a long-standing health issue, you've been just feeling with not feeling well, green Tara is an incredibly powerful energy to connect to. Okay, so green Tara means compassion in action. It also means star, or she who ferries us across. In Tibetan, it's also known as Dolma or Shkrolma, which she who saves. In particular, she represents compassion in action, since she's in the process of stepping from her lotus throne in order to help sentient beings. So supposedly she is what is called a bodhisattva. She's a being who achieved enlightenment and decided to stay on this earth plane to uplift and heal all those who needed her help. Very beautiful energy. Okay, so what does the actual mantra itself mean? So I did quite a bit of research to get you guys a good definition. Okay. In short, Om Tari Tutari Turi Soha means I prostrate. What is prostrate? Prostrate means to surrender to the liberator, mother of all the victorious ones. It basically means to break us free from samsara. And samsara is illusion, right? Samsara is suffering. Samsara is all those things that are karmic in nature that hold us back. So the first word, Tari, shows that Mother Tara liberates living beings from samsara, from true suffering or problems. So we're just acknowledging that this is possible. The second word, Tutari, is about liberating you from the 8 fears, which frees you from the true cause of suffering, karma, and all the all-arising disturbing thoughts. So the 8 fears tend to be like hatred and jealousy and negative thought. The third word, Turi, is about liberating you from disease. It also talks about liberating us from the true cause of disease, which is our disturbing thoughts. So green Tara is really a liberator of our thoughts, clearing any negative thoughts out of the thought field so that we can come into a state of purity and thus to return to the holy body, holy speech, holy mind. At the end, it says, your body, speech, and mind are transformed into Tara's holy body, holy speech, and holy mind. Okay. To you, the embodiment of all the Buddha's actions, I prostrate, I surrender to, whether I am happy or in unhappy circumstances with my body, speech, and mind. And so we surrender to what is, we surrender to what may be arising, and we call on healing and compassion from green Tara. Okay, so that is the definition. Are y'all ready to actually dive into this now? Right? It's very, very powerful. Very powerful. Yeah. So if there's something that you have been struggling with, if there is something that you have been dealing with physically with your health, then this is a great opportunity to focus on the compassion of green Tara to come in and to liberate you from whatever that issue is. And so this is very ancient, very powerful energy. I invite everyone to just take a deep breath in, take a deep breath out, focus on whatever the issue is. The more you focus on it, the more it's going to transform. Okay, go.
Om Tare Tu Re Soha. Om Tare Tu Re Soha. Om Tare Tu Re Soha. Om Tare Tu Om Tare Tu Re Soha. 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 Om Tare Tu Re Soha.
La 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 la. Just imagine this beautiful showering of light washing over you. You can shake out your hands. You can shake out your field, just letting go of anything from the day, anything from the week. And just rub your hands together for a moment and just put anything left over, any stress, any old energy, anything no longer serving you into your hands. That's it. And allow the energy of your own being to transmute and transform whatever stress or tension or old energy in the way of your true health, your true well-being, your true life force energy, being strong, being bright, being pure. Just put it into your hands, and on the count of 3, 1, 2, letting it go, and 3, send it out. All that stuff that you don't need. Just let it go. Just let it go and allow beautiful, pure, pristine, unconditional love and light to just shower down and fill up all the spaces and places where there was anything other than you. And just ask anything other than you to leave and just exit this space. Anything other than your own essence, your own vibrant soul energy. We just send it out to the light, and we just place a beautiful ball of golden white light, diamond protection all around us tonight as we go into this healing chamber of how do we identify health? How do we decode the body through the astrological chart? How do we heal, bring healing to that body, and just setting that intention for the health you wish to have? See yourself being as healthy and happy as you would like to be. And now step into a future reality where this is already true. You're already healthy, happy, vibrant. So step into that reality. How would it feel? Right. How would it feel? That's it. Feel it, see it, sense it, taste it, touch it, experience it. And then we're going to ask the super conscious self, and thank you to Chris Duncan for the creation of the super conscious recode. And we are going to ask the super conscious to tag and treat any fear, any resistance, any negative emotion at all or doubt blocking you from stepping into this future self where you're healthy, happy, vital. Okay, tag it. Okay, and now super conscious, please treat it. Please identify it and in the highest and best way, in the highest and best order. Please now tag and treat it. Go back, do a complete change history and everything as needed. Levels 1, 2, and 3, and just take a nice deep breath in. You're gonna feel stuff shifting. Let the yawns come through. Woo, let that come through. Feel that energy shifting and moving. Whoa, that's it. That's it. Creating all this space. Super conscious, please heal and repair the front chakras. Please heal and repair the back chakras. Please heal and repair the dantians. Bring them into alignment and balance with this vision of health and healing. Please treat all of your meridian points, glands, muscles, joints, muscles, bones, just letting you come into that alignment with your future vision. Anything and everything still left over preventing your alignment to receiving this future you of health and wellness and well-being, anything that brings up or lets down, will you please now revoke, recant, renounce, denounce, destroy and uncreate all, and just say yes. Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pock, all nine shorts, boys, povids, and beyonds. That is the access consciousness clearing statement. You may feel stuff flying off of you as that clears. Woo, look at that. Oh, that stuff just flying off. Woo, clearing your space. Awesome. Take a deep breath in and out. We ask for a complete unconditional love, healing, and blessing to shower you all off now and fill you back up. We're going to visualize a beautiful golden white healing energy above your head. And it's like a nice, soothing, soft serve ice cream, but it's energy. And it's spiraling into your body in the highest and best way, filling you up with pure unconditional love and light. And so this is the receiving portion. So allow yourself to take a deep breath in, close your eyes, and then imagine anywhere that you have been tired or overworking or overdoing to just be filled up, to just rest in this present moment, feeling full, feeling whole, just feeling that divine energy of source coming through for you. This beautiful energy. Where do you need it the most? Just letting yourself fill up with that beautiful golden white light, pure unconditional love energy, filling up more and more as you need it to come into balance and come into peace. We're going to tune into how the oracle is an oracle to our bodies as well as to our soul, right? I always talk about the soul, and the chart connects us to our soul purpose, and that's awesome. But we are also in physical bodies. We have organs, we have muscles and bones, and we have a brain and a heart. And so how do all these astrological symbols relate to our body, and how can we use that to unlock any core issues we have? I'm so happy you're here. You're beautiful, you're shining, and I'm setting the intention that at the very end of this call, we're all going to be happy and shining, just like all of these past friends and clients were after events. So just want to invite you all to tune into this affirmation. I am grateful for my healthy body and I bless every part of it. Okay, and now we're going to rub our hands together. And I want you to notice any resistance you feel coming up around being grateful for our healthy bodies and blessing every part of it. Now we may think that we're 100% aligned to this idea, but we live in a world where we often are led to think negatively, or other people around us are thinking negatively, and maybe that's gotten coded into our physical body. And so let's clear this on out. Okay, so rub your hands together, take a deep breath in and out, focus on being grateful and thankful for your healthy body, and notice if you feel any resistance towards this. Okay, notice where the resistance is. Just pay attention, just notice it, take a deep breath in and out. Okay, by the power of God, it is commanded that anywhere and everywhere there's any resistance, any negative energy and absorbed emotions, anything at all blocking you from feeling truly grateful for your healthy body Anything and everything that brings up or lets down, will you please now revoke, recant, renounce, denounce, destroy, and uncreate all? Please, yes, right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys, covids, and beyonds. Deep breath in and out. And now we're going to ask Superconscious to take us back to the root issue blocking you from feeling totally grateful for your healthy body. Take us back there, Superconscious. Okay, please tag and treat anything and everything blocking you from feeling grateful and thankful for your healthy body. Superconscious, do a complete change history, and everything is needed. Levels 1, 2, and 3. Take a nice deep breath in. Take a nice deep breath out. Anything preventing that, right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys, covids, and beyonds. Take a nice deep breath in and out. Shake it out. Oh, there it is. That was a big one. That was a big one. That's cool. See, affirmations are great, but we got to be in alignment with them for them to work. Otherwise, we're just kind of triggering whatever our resistance is. Okay, so I want you to rub your hands again and think about, I'm grateful for my healthy body and I bless every part of it. So anywhere and everywhere there's any resistance to that, Superconscious, take us to anything blocking you from feeling totally aligned with the statement, I'm grateful for my healthy body and I bless every part of it. Superconscious, please tag and treat any resistance or fear blocking this. Do a complete change history and everything is needed. Levels 1, 2, and 3 in the highest and best way, in the highest and best order. Now, please. Yes, thank you. It is done. It is done. It is done. Show us. Deep breath in, deep breath out. That's it. That's it. Let the yawn out. That's fantastic. And anything and everything preventing you from feeling grateful for our healthy bodies, anything that brings up or lets down, please now revoke, recant, renounce, denounce, destroy, and uncreate all. Just say yes, right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys, covids, and beyonds. Deep breath in, deep breath out, shake it out, stretch it out. Woo! Oh, wow. Big one, big release, big release, big release. Okay, Superconscious, please heal the front of their chakras, the front chakras and the back chakras. Oh, please heal the dantians. You might yawn some more. Please heal the meridian points. Please heal all the cells. Thank you, God. Thank you, Goddess. Thank you. It's done. It's done. It's done. Show us. That's it. That's it. It's gonna be like a wave. Just let it come through. Good job. Good. I just want you to say it again. Breathe in and out. I'm grateful for my healthy body and I bless every part of it. There it is. Notice how when you say it now, you're actually in your body, feeling it. You notice that? It's like you're saying it from truth. Yeah, that's great. Pretty cool, right? Pretty cool. All right. So here's a little video to keep you excited about what we're going to dive into today. These are former clients of mine, and every time I watch it, I laugh because their stories are so touching about the power of the astrological chart to reveal things for them and how on point and how accurate every single chart reading I ever do is. It kind of blows my own mind. I can't even really believe it, but it happens. And so that's what we're here for, is to get accurate information. So I just want to confirm that. So enjoy this short little video clip, just confirming that you're at the right place. This is the right time, and you're about to learn some amazing new information.
Here I wake up the day after my birthday and find this out. And I'm like, no wonder some things haven't fit. Thinking I'm supposed to be kind of a certain way and I'm not.
Right.
So so it's I feel like it's a gift, and I'm very grateful. And here I find you, and your mom has the same birthday, so so you're going to have incredible insight, I think, into who I am, and I'm really grateful for that, because you may have more insight about me than I do. At how much this fits.
Really know your stuff. I was impressed, and I've never had anybody explain astrology on the level that you did, So it made total sense, the logical sense, and I'm like, you know what? You're absolutely right. When do we start? Let's go. You're picking up on everything that I've always heard all my life. It's amusing. It's almost, it's like, have you been looking at a movie of my life that you just rattling off all this stuff? So everything you say is I've been hearing all my life. So I said, girl, you don't need to talk anymore. What's your phone number? Give me your deets right now. I'm all over you.
I'm so interested to learn about this. This is like major. Oh my God. This is like crazy. I mean, you have no idea. So what the hell? This is mind blowing.
Yeah.
Oh my God. All this time I thought I was, oh my God. Everything's different. Like my moon is in Pisces. Are you kidding me right now? I mean, I'm pretty happy so far. This is pretty good, but thank you.
Yes.
There's not too many people that are presenting the material that you're presenting on YouTube. Really found anybody as passionate as you. So I'm really excited to get your perspective on things. And I'm just so grateful for you right now, Lotus.
Yeah.
So wrong. I don't know what's going on, but I feel so good. Wow.
Awesome.
Thank you so much, Lotus. You have confirmed to me what I thought, that we are on the right track. We really are. We really are. Yeah. Oh man, thank you so much for this. Changed my life.
That's Ron Smiley. I just couldn't believe when he signed up. Ron Smiley. I was like, your name fits you so perfectly. So great. Big shout out to you, Ron, if you're at home watching this. I just love it. Yeah, another brother. That's right, Coach. Yeah, I work with a lot of men. A lot of men, a lot of women, you name it. I love all people. We're all here on this earth together. Oh yeah,
Here I
you're
went.
talking about tonight being the only guy on the call. You know what? That just makes you courageous and very strong in your masculinity, is what it makes you. So you just lean on back into that. Exactly. So here's she's probably one of my absolute first clients. This is Leanne. She actually lives in my hometown, and she's been so supportive over the years. And I love what she said after she came to one of my classes. She's like, I went to one of her classes. What you get and learn about yourself is life-changing. Seriously, since the class, I had huge shifts in my life, and I can correlate a lot to what Lotus went over in just the mini class. So the heads up, this could be life-changing, right? You think you're just at a free event, but this could literally change your life tonight. So get ready. Get excited. What is it that you wish to change? What is it you wish to transform? That's what we're here for. So what is an astrological chart, right? What are we even looking at? Why do we even want to look at an astrological chart? What is it really showing us? And I love how, there's sacred geometry, right? Which has the sacred spiral, the spiral of life. You see it almost all living things, right? Sacred geometry. And the chart itself is a circle, right? And I often think of it as more than just a circle. I see it as a spiral. And according to Sri Yukteswar, an astrological chart is related to our soul energy frequency, our soul blueprint. And he says, a child is born at the day and at the hour when the celestial rays are in mathematical harmony with his or her individual karma. So the chart is literally a map of the soul. It's a map of where we came into this life with, what did we come into this life with, right? And I've been repeating this because I want you to get this. Once you get that the chart literally holds the oracle of our purpose encoded within it, you realize how powerful and meaningful it is to learn it and to know what is happening in your chart all the time. And it becomes really fun. So we're using the True the Stars sidereal system. This is a quote from the New York Post, which is, of course, a magazine or a newspaper. And they describe the difference between what we're using and mainstream tropical astrology. So, sidereal system, which is based on the actual stars, is based on the constellations. Okay, it's accurate and true to what is in the sky right now. So, if you had a telescope and you went out there tonight, all the information I'm going to give to you is what you would see with your telescope. It's empirically proven. One way you could prove it, if you're still wondering, are the planets in the signs that Lotus is saying, is to get Star Walk 2 on your phone, which is an app which will show you where the planets are and what signs they are actually in. And you're going to go, oh my God, it's so different from what Western or mainstream astrology says. And you'll go, this is kind of weird, right? So because the tropical system or mainstream astrology is based on where the stars were 2,000 years ago, it's no longer accurate to the actual sky. And so that's why I get so passionate and come out here all the time to share this with you, because I want you to have access to the real sky, right? If the moon has the power to affect our whole bodies, what is the effect of the signs and the planets? Right, exactly. And so, woo, we just had a wealth activation last night, right? And I thought, that's it, that's the wealth moment. But guess what? Tonight, the moon moves really fast. And so tonight, as we're in this class and we're talking about the body, we are having an aspect between the moon in Taurus, which is the billionaire sign, and Jupiter, which is the millionaire planet. They're together, moon and Jupiter. Okay, so in Taurus is a really good time to build a garden, to plant a seed, to sing. Those are areas of your life. Well, there's going to be a lot of abundance. There's going to be a lot of wealth. It's also femininity. Taurus is the divine goddess. It's that like beautiful energy of effulgence and wealth and luxury, beautiful things, beautiful places, going out to eat. It's a good time to treat yourself. It's a good time to have a delicious meal. It's a great time to connect to other girlfriends and enjoy life, right? Enjoy the beauty of the earth. Take time to tune in to your own self. Take time to go outside. Take time to go barefoot, right? This is a powerful time for that. So we'll take a little gander where this is happening in your charts tonight. Very interesting. Whew, right? So here we have it. Moon, 7 degrees of Taurus, and Jupiter, 3 degrees, right? So last night, the moon was with the sun in Aries, but today it is now moved into Taurus. So the moon is always moving. It's always changing, just like women are. The moon represents emotion. It's the mother. It's that divine feminine energy of feeling. So we're feeling moon in Taurus like being outside, enjoying our senses, taking time to luxuriate, have a nice bubble bath, get a massage, right? Eat delicious food. It's a great time for self-care. It's a great time to spend time out in nature. Go barefoot, pick flowers, smell the flowers, luxuriate in the smells, bathe yourself in goodness, because Taurus is the earth, it's the body, it's being here. And so how perfect for us to dive into how astrology is here in our daily lives and in our bodies and not just up in the stars, right? It's a great time to call on abundance, to invite abundance, right? To invite windfalls, right? So as you align to your divine purpose, you also can call in feeling fully supported, because that's the Taurus energy, fully supported. And I know for Odili, tonight, that moon Jupiter action is right near your Jupiter, right? So this is very activating for you and very close to your 3rd house of communication. So you're probably very good at communicating about nature, communicating about natural, healthy things, things that are touchable, tasteable, tangible, beauty care. That's what Taurus is all about. That which you can see, touch, feel, taste. It's amazing energy. So We started the class on the first day talking about what an astrological chart is. And I know a lot of you are new here, so I wanted to just briefly go over what we're doing when we look at a chart. What are we actually seeing? Okay, so when we look at a chart, what we're seeing, I want you to go ahead and pretend you're standing in the center of this chart. Go ahead and place your feet on the ground here. This is the horizon line. It marks the earth at the moment you were born. Everything above the horizon line represents what was up in the sky when you were born. All the planets, all the constellations that were there. Everything below marks the planets that you could not see. The more planets you have above, the more outward and external you are. The more planets below, the more internal you are, the more yin. So upper is yang, lower is yin. Okay, we also talked about the 4 power points, the 4 pillars of a chart, the kind of cross of points that you can focus on or learn, kind of like the 4 directions of a compass that give you a really amazing reading of a person, of yourself, if you want to know yourself better. And those are the far left side of the chart is about your identity self. I am, right? Who you are, what you look like. The very bottom of the chart is your emotional, deep, family, DNA, ancestry, the very deepest parts of you. Whereas on the right is relationships. So left is self, right is relationships, and at the very top is the star of your Christmas tree. It's who you are. It's like your big purpose. I am here to shine like this. That is what I am here for. Okay. So I just wanted to go over the basics one more time to just further anchor them in. Right. So above the horizon, what can be seen? Below the horizon, what can't be seen? The ascendant, the IC, the Imam Kweli, the descendant, and the midheaven. And those things give us a lot of information as we're first beginning to read a chart of what to look for and to make it easier to understand what can sometimes feel like a lot of information. Okay. So here we go. We're going to get into it now. So this is actually from the Columbia Doctors Department of Surgery. It was a informational presentation they created from the College of Physicians of Philadelphia as they talked about the history of medicine. And so astrology goes way, 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 way back as a form of medicinal doctoring. In fact, that was a way that a lot of people did healing, was they would go see an astrologer. They wouldn't just go see a doctor, they'd go see an astrologer. And if you were enrolled in a medical institution between the 15th and 16th century, in order to graduate, you had to study astrology. No doctor was allowed to get their degree without astrological training. Really? Yeah. And so there are such deep roots between astrology and medicine, astrology and healing, astrology and the body, that I just had to get out here and bring that information to the public so that you knew, if you're dealing with a health challenge or a health issue, that astrology can be a really powerful way to find answers. And I especially love using the True the Stars astrology because it's the most accurate astrology chart I have yet to come across. So I think I know the information is going to be way more accurate than if you went to a mainstream astrologer. So I'm very excited about what we're going to reveal tonight. And I want to take you to a short video that I found that is going to kind of give a little brief story about the history of medical astrology so that you can kind of get a feel for how long this has been going on.
So in the decades around 1600, these are the decades when Queen Elizabeth is at the end of her reign. It's the era of Shakespeare, and plague is periodically raging, particularly in London. What did you do if you were sick? Well, you could consult a physician if you had enough money. You could consult a surgeon if you had a broken bone or skin lesions. Or you can consult any range of irregular practitioners, people who are not officially licensed by
the
universities.
Thanks,
And
Coach.
amongst these were astrologer physicians.
Let's try this again. Thanks for your patience.
You
Okay.
could hear it, but you can't see it.
That can be an issue, right? Okay, so here we go. All right. 1, 2, 3. Awesome. I'll start it over so you can, because the images are awesome.
So in the decades around 1600, these are the decades when Queen Elizabeth is at the end of her reign. It's the era of Shakespeare, and plague is periodically raging, particularly in London. What did you do if you were sick? Well, you could consult a physician if you had enough money. You could consult a surgeon if you had a broken bone or skin lesions. Or you can consult any range of irregular practitioners, people who are not officially licensed by the College of Physicians or the universities. And amongst these were astrologer physicians. Am I pregnant? What is my disease? Why can't I sleep? Why will the rash on my elbows not go away? We have all sorts of questions recorded that people asked astrologer physicians. And what the astrologers traded in was their knowledge of the motions of the stars. This is a world in which everything is connected. So just as we fully accept that the moon affects the tides, so for them the stars affected everything on Earth, but the system was much more complicated, and what the astrologer could do was judge the effects of the planetary, the stellar motions on your physical body. He would use the phrase judgment to say this is what will happen. You will or will not be healed, and here are the things that we can do in order to help you to be healed. There are 65,000 individuals represented in these case books, but the people about whom they tell us the most are the people who wrote them. And these are astrologer physicians Simon Foreman and Richard Napier. The kind of astrology that Foreman and Napier are doing is known as horary astrology, and it is based on the moment at which you ask the question or the moment at which your message arrives with the astrologer. And he would ask you what your name was, how old you were, whether or not you were married, particularly if you were a woman, and probably where you lived as well. So he would take the moment at which you had asked the question, and he would then map the positions of the stars and planets at that time and create this lovely 12-section chart. He would then decide that that was an indicator of the nature of your illness in a particular kind of way. He then might also write down a particular treatment, and most of the remedies are about purges, whether they are gentle or less gentle purges. But we also find remedies of other sorts, such as putting pigeons, dead pigeons, on your feet. So the way medicine worked was usually about rebalancing the body in some way or another. So we have pigeon slippers, we have amulets, we have bloodletting, we have potions of all different sorts. The remedies are as weird and wonderful as they can be across this period, but usually either working with rebalancing the disruption in the humors or channeling the stellar powers into a particular part of the body. One of the things that we find in the casebooks that we find most challenging are the cases of alleged witchcraft. So people would come to the astrologer and they would say, I think I have been bewitched because I have an illness that will not go away with either the passage of time or the usual remedies. And part of the job of the astrologer physician would then be to work out what was really the cause of this illness. These guys were cause specialists. Sometimes they do assess that there's a foul social situation, which is usually what you find in cases of witchcraft. She looked at me funny, and the evil eye is very much in play here. But often it's just a natural cause that is not responding to the usual treatments. So the casebooks are alive with the grubby world of early modern medicine and the occult. And we have everyone from Shakespeare's landlady to the Archbishop of Canterbury. But what's most remarkable about these records is that they document the day-by-day hopes and worries of ordinary people, whether about their health and illness, about their fertility, across 4 decades in 17th century England. This is a world that is both very strange to us and very familiar. This is
All right. Wow. Amazing. So this has been happening for centuries. And when I think it was my second master class, I was doing a lot of research and I came across this information and I went, wow, this has been going on a long time. And the records for this are even more rich than just this video. This is just a bare scratching of the surface. There's also Italy, right, in history of using astrology there and beyond, in Babylon and Egypt. It goes way, 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 way back. So what we're going to do tonight is we're going to do a little bit of an experiential journey to teach you all how you can already begin to kind of tune in to how astrology and the body are connected, right? In tonight's class, we're going to already get you kind of dialed in to how can we transfer this zodiacal information of something so up here and bring it into the body, okay? So I'm going to share screen again, and we're going to have a little activity here to guide us on this process. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. And it's fun. Last time I did it, it was very fun. Okay, so here we go. Great. Okay. So as you can see, the human body and the astrology signs are connected. And that's one way that we can use the astrological chart to discern health issues. So here are all of the astrological signs and symbols. And I'm guessing that most of you don't even know what each of these signs are, right? I would imagine most people here have not memorized these signs. They don't know what this is. Well, by the end of tonight, you will have memorized all of them. Yeah. What? How is that even possible? Well, I'll show you. Okay. So this is going to be a little bit like Simon Says, but it's going to be physical. So I'm going to invite you to use your hands, and we're going to go back to kindergarten here. We're going to go back to the basics. So the first sign over here in yellow is the first sign of the zodiac wheel. I want you to go ahead and touch your head. So Aries is the first sign. And what part of the body does it relate to? Yeah, go ahead and unmute and just say it.
the head.
The head.
Yeah, the head. Doesn't that kind of make sense? Yeah. And the symbol, of course, is the ram with the horns, the head. Now, I want you to think about when we're born, because I always think of the first house and Aries as being born. So what in a typical good scenario situation happens when we're born? Which part comes out first?
The head.
Yeah, head first. Head first, right? So a really good way to remember Aries is they're headstrong, right? Because everything is always about the head for them. And I can attest to this. I was born like the second day of Aries. The amount of times I've knocked my noggin is ridiculous. I have to slow down because I move fast and I'm like, oh my God, I'm in Aries. That's right. So the part of the body that your sun sign is in can be an area that you sometimes have a tendency to, you have to be careful with. Okay. So Aries is the head. Okay. headstrong, right? Thinking, like not thinking before you act. Those are all Aries things. Okay. Now we're going to come to the next sign, which is Taurus, right? It's the second sign in the zodiacal wheel. It's the symbol for it is the cow. And go ahead and put your hands on your throat. Yeah. Yeah. So this is the domain of Taurus. It's the throat. It relates to speaking, to singing, right? And I think it's interesting that it also relates to wealth and money, right? How kind of what we say is how we create wealth, right? Our integrity, our word, right, relates to money. How well do we save? All those kind of things, and the throat. It also relates to eating, right? Taurus loves to eat delicious food. So an example of Taurus energy is, y'all remember the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit village? Remember the hobbits, and they would just have these like amazing feasts, and they would just guzzle ale, and they'd be eating cheese and bread and grapes, and they were just having this huge party. That's Taurus energy. And so it's so interesting that it relates to the throat. So if you have throat issues, okay, you have anything related to the neck or the throat, you're going to look for Taurus in your chart and things related to Taurus energy. Okay. Now go ahead, we're going to go to the third sign, which is this 2. It has 2 lines and then 2 on the bottom. And then just kind of hold your arms out and just like brush down one arm and then brush down the other arm and maybe touch your shoulders. And so what part of the body does Gemini rule? Yeah. I'm seeing hands.
The arms.
The arms.
Yeah.
Exactly. There's
Shoulders.
arms, shoulders, and hands. It's all about communication. It's all about, here's the difference between the Taurus and the singing. It's all about sharing information to lots of people. So it needs all your arm strength, it needs your hands, it needs your shoulders, because it's about sharing information. It's about networking. So it's not just communication like the throat is with Taurus. It's sharing that information out to lots of different people. It's ruled by Mercury, which is the god of communication, right? So it's all about this sharing of knowledge. Okay, so first we had Aries, top of the head. Then we have the throat, Taurus. Then we have Gemini, which is the arms. Are you starting to see how different this is than you maybe imagined when it comes to healing in the chart? Like, it's very straightforward here. It's very straightforward. Okay. Now we're going to get to the fun one. This one is always really fun to teach, which is the 4th sign of the zodiac. And this is Cancer, the sign of Cancer. And Cancer occurs around July 15th in the system that we're using here. Okay, and so Cancer relates to the mom, it relates to the home, it relates to nurturing and nourishment. Okay, so go ahead and just touch your breast or your chest, and then just go ahead and tell me which part of the body Cancer rules.
The breast.
The breast. And so interesting that breast cancer has been something that women have been dealing with for a long time. And I think the reason for that is because there's a collective wound around nurturing related to the mom. And it probably relates to the mom not being honored fully, right, for thousands of years. And I think that response from the feminine body has just been like, F that. I think that's what breast cancer has been about. It's like this kind of collective feminine anger at the way things are being done, right? And it doesn't really help for us to hurt our own bodies, but I think it's just been an expression of what needs to be healed on a bigger collective level. So Cancer relates to the breasts, and it's very interesting that connection is there. But the way I think about it is nurturing, nourishment. And if you're a man, it just relates to your chest, right? You know, we both have a chest. women give birth, have the ability to give birth to babies, and then nurse, which men don't. Although my dad told me when I was little, he was messing with me. He said a man can nurse if you get the baby to nurse on the man for a long time, the man will start producing milk. And he told me this when I was little. And I remember just, really? Like, it was just like, really, Dad? He's a comedian. So he was he was just playing with me. Although things, stranger things have happened. But Cancer relates to milk. It relates to nourishment. It relates to emotion. Okay, so if you have issues with the breast, you're going to look for the sign of Cancer in your astrological chart. Which house do you have Cancer? What planets? Do you have planets in Cancer? Where are they? All those things related to the breast. Okay, that brings us to number 5. So we had Aries, which was the head. We had Taurus, which was the throat. We had Gemini, which is the arms and the shoulders. Then we have the breasts, which is Cancer, which is nourishment and the mother. Then we have Leo. Go ahead and just put your hand on your heart. Mighty Leo, the mighty heart. Leo is the heart. Leo is the courageous heart. Yeah, how powerful is the heart, right? How powerful is the heartbeat? Leo represents the courageous heart, the royalty. It's the royalty sign. It's about shining. It's ruled by the sun. So it's about how we shine, right? It's about the sun and how we shine, and how interesting that the part of the body that it rules is the heart, right? How interesting is that, right? Because what I've noticed is that when we shine the brightest is when we're the most aligned to our hearts. Interesting. So if we have heart issues or heart challenges, we have challenges opening the heart. We want to look at where we have Leo, and we want to look at the planet that Leo rules, which is often the sun, which is the sun. Yeah. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got the first 5 signs. Are you noticing how just touching your body part and then seeing the sign is just kind of anchoring it into your body in this new way? Okay. Go ahead and place your hands on your belly. Just feel your stomach. Feel that amazing capacity to digest information, to sort, sift, and separate what is nutritious and what is harmful. That is Virgo energy. It's the great analyzer of the zodiac. It's also related to the mom, again, but a different capacity of the mom. So Cancer is related to the mom, but it's related to the nourishment aspect of motherhood, the way in which you feed yourself or feed your children, right? Whereas Virgo is a different aspect of mothering. It's the aspect of, going shopping and organizing the house, right? Sorting and sifting the clothing, washing the clothes, cleanliness. It's all the aspects of motherhood that involve service, caring for the family, the work that goes into a family, the mundane tasks of laundry, dishes, dinner, and this can also be fathers and men can also be very Virgo-like. It relates to people who are about service, about giving, right? Volunteers, veterinarians, all of that is Virgo energy. And just place your hand on your stomach again. If you have a lot of Virgo in your chart, you tend to be very sensitive to your gut. Okay, you're sensitive to food, you're sensitive to nutrition, like what you put in your body. You're also really sensitive to energy, because the part of the body that rules Virgo is the intestines. It's the stomach, right? Which some people say is like our brain, right? Our second brain. Yeah. So Virgo relates, wherever we have it in our chart, to our ability to digest information. Where are we really good at analyzing Where are we really good at learning and then not just learning, but then taking what we learn and put it into practical use, like filing it into the appropriate category. Like that's what Virgo does. It takes like broad amounts of information, sensory information, intellectual information, energy information, physical information. It analyzes it. It's highly critical. So it's like it's not super emotional. It's more analytical, and it's going to critique everything. It's going to analyze, where does this information need to go? Do I keep this? Do I pass this on to someone else? Do I use this? That's the Virgo. And so the issue with Virgo can be the mind, because it's so busy working and analyzing and being critical. It can sometimes overthink us and we get exhausted. And I've met many mamas and many feminines who are so busy serving and helping and being there for other people. And then they get like anxiety because they're trying to do and give so much, and their minds are racing because they're trying to solve all the world's problems. And so with Virgo, it's important to slow down and take time out every day for yourself to just breathe, to just be, and that's how you balance it. Yes, and Coach just said I've got a ton of Virgo on my chart. That's right. And so with a ton of Virgo up high on the top of your chart, Coach, you probably are someone who just never stops. You just never stop going and serving and thinking and sharing. And it's really important to remember that you also have to balance the doing with the being, otherwise you'll run out of engine, right? So all the planets in the top, that's yang. So that can be over giving, overdoing, and then you get depleted or exhausted. And so the way to know is if you're doing and doing and doing and you start to get tired, and you're like, I'm going to keep going. And you're like, go away. And it's like, no, that is your sign. Slow down, go to the beach, just pause. It'll all get done. It'll all get done. Just slow down, breathe, and then what you do will be much more effective. I know I'm preaching to the choir here, but it's a Virgo lesson. And I have Moon in Virgo, so I know all about it. It's a common challenge in our lives, in the world. Overdoing, overgiving, overthinking. That's the masculine to some degree. And so we're learning the collective destiny point right now is in Pisces, which is the direct opposite of Virgo. And the South Node karmic point is in Virgo right now. So the collective lesson that we're all working on, hi and welcome, is learning how to stop overdoing, stop over efforting, stop just over involving yourself in too much thinking and too much doing, right? Bring yourself back to here and now. That's the big lesson in the collective, right? Very interesting. Slowing down. Who would have thought? Who would have thought that'd be the collective lesson? But it's a good time. If you're a meditation teacher, if you're a spiritual teacher, the world is ready for you. It's time. So, people say, oh, you can't make money with meditation or spiritual work. This year you can. This year you can, because people are moving away from the work hard material realm and into the spiritual realm. It's just what's needed. Just what's needed. Okay. So that brings us to Libra, which is this blue one. And I want you to notice how there's a straight line, and then there's a straight line with kind of a hump. And this actually kind of looks like the part of the body it relates to. So go ahead and put your hands on the back of your body to the kidneys. Yeah. And so there's two lines, right? Two kidneys. And they're kind of rounded, aren't they? They're kind of like bulbs. And so this Libra sign actually kind of looks a little kidney-like to me when I look at it. And so Libra is all about balance. It's all about harmony. It's all about relationships, right? It's interesting. There's two kidneys, right? So it's all about you and the other. And how do you relate to other people? It's all about relationships. It's about marriage. It's about harmony. It's about connection. It's just all about us tapping into our Venusian energy, right? That's what Libra is. Kidneys. And so what do we get when we're really in our kidney energy? Is we feel our kidneys are strong, is we feel peaceful, we feel safe. Kidneys relate to fear. So if Libra goes out of balance, Libra can have issues with fear or anxiety. Just that's that imbalance for Libra. Whereas when Libra is in balance, they feel peaceful and safe. So if you have issues with the kidneys, you're going to look for Libra and where you have Libra in your astrology chart. So totally fine. Yeah, glad everyone is here. Okay, so that brings us to, we're going to get into the racy part of this, of the class here. I think this is maybe the quasi R-rated version of the class. So here's Scorpio. Scorpio is related to the reproductive organs. It is related to all the equipment. So from the uterus to the prostate, to all the glands and the ducts of the reproductive system. Okay. And Scorpio energy is all about depth and intensity. And one of the areas of life that it governs is our sexuality. Okay. So any sexual issues, one can look to Scorpio to find out more. Okay. Are there any challenges in this area? Does someone have issues with too much sex? Does someone have issues with not enough sex, right? Is there issues with sexual performance, sexual function? Is there issues with fertility? You can look to where Scorpio is to find out more information. It's also a good place to see your levels of depth and intensity, like how deep you are, like where do you have Scorpio in your chart? Are you someone, like, do you have Scorpio on your house of relationship? Are you someone who loves to be very deep in your relationships, right? You don't want superficial relationships. You don't want a superficial partner. You want someone who is deep, powerful, intense. That's what it will be like if you have Scorpio on the 7th house. If you have Scorpio on the 10th house, Scorpio also deals with things that are secret and hidden and buried. And so Scorpio is the best researcher of the zodiac. They love to go deep and explore and reveal the truth. It's very powerful energy. So wherever you have Scorpio, that really reveals the depth that you are. How much of a shaman are you? Scorpio is the shaman energy. It's the initiation energy. It's death, sex, rebirth. Okay, and that brings us to Ophiuchus, or the 13th sign here. This is always fun. So where Scorpio is all of the reproductive organs, right? It's the uterus, it's the prostate, it's all of the glands, it's like the whole package of the reproductive system. Ophiuchus is all about, well, it's conjunct the galactic center, which is probably the most powerful point in the universe. The galactic center relates to the area in the Milky Way where there are 4 supermassive black holes. Yeah. And some say on the other side of it is the galactic center, or the great central sun. And so it's like the area of greatest darkness and also the area of greatest light. And so Ophiuchus energy is very powerful. It often relates to mastery, and people who have Ophiuchus energy tend to have been masters in past lives, masters of energy, masters of sacred knowledge. They were the initiates, the adepts, the goddesses, the priestesses of the secret sacred mysteries, like Egypt and Greece, the temples, where they were trained in how to ascend their consciousness, how to raise their energy system to the highest levels. Now, it relates to the mastery of the Kundalini energy. That's right. So it's interesting because there's 2, right? That's a U shape, but there's 2 sides. And in our bodies, we have something called the Ida and the Pingala. And those are the divine feminine and the divine masculine channels of energy. And so Ophiuchus relates to the mastery of our divine feminine and masculine energies. And so the part of the body, I have to explain it before I say it. The part of the body that Ophiuchus rules is the clitoris in the woman and the tip of the penis in the man. I know. So any issues around sexual pleasure, for instance, if a woman can't orgasm, that might be something very deep that could go back to a past lifetime of not maybe some sort of trauma happening to her sexually. And so looking at Ophiuchus could be a really great way to find out what happened to her that may have caused her to not be open sexually. It's also a great place to look if you want to know how far along you are at the process of raising your Kundalini energy and ascending. And so the higher levels of planets you have in Ophiuchus, I think, relate to the mastery of your sexual energy. So if you have a lot of planets in Ophiuchus, it means that you may have had lifetimes where you really deeply learned how to channel sexual energy. What does that mean? That means to take raw sexual human life force energy in your body and raise it up through your chakras up to the crown of your head, which some people say is how you achieve enlightenment. There's one path, I guess you could say. So it's very powerful energy. I doubt you will ever forget this. It always makes quite a stir when I share it. And last class there's more men than women, so it was even more fun and slightly awkward to talk about, but it is what it is. Okay. And so the fact that Ophiuchus is the most sensitive areas of the body mean that it has the ability to help us master that sensory response so that we're no longer at the effect of our arousal, let's say, but we learn how to master and raise the energy up to a higher level. So it relates to sexual mastery, Tantra, the practice of Tantra, the practice of Kundalini Yoga, all those very deep energetic practices. That's what Ophiuchus relates to. Okay. That brings us down to Sagittarius, and I feel comfortable asking you to please touch your thighs here. You just touch your thighs, and Sagittarius relates to the thighs. It's so interesting, the thigh bone. It's like such a huge bone in the body, right? It's very foundational. And the symbol for Sagittarius is the horse. So it makes sense that the horse gallops through life. And so Sagittarius represents where we gallop through life. It also relates to thigh issues. So if you have a thigh issue, a hip issue, you might want to look at Sagittarius. Okay. That brings us down to Capricorn, which is go ahead and place your hands on your knees. You know, the knees. I mean, probably the, quote unquote, least sexiest place in the body and the most bony and just a kind of interesting place, right? The knees. And so Capricorn rules the the knees are the part of the body that Capricorn rules. So Capricorn is earth, it's structural, it's foundational. It is about mastery. It's about achieving greatness. And so a lot of people say that when people are stepping forward in life and growing and expanding, if their knees start hurting, if they have pain in their knees, it could be because they're not feeling ready or safe enough to take that next step forward. There's something's holding them back, right? Something around them achieving more mastery, more success, more physical world achievement could be holding them back. This could come from the ancestral field. This could come from any number of places. But Capricorn and the knees are directly connected. And so it relates a lot to mastery, attainment, success. Yeah. So if there's knee issues, where are you holding yourself back from success? Where was there maybe a trauma that happened in a past life where you were ready to step forward and something happened? And that's probably why you're holding back this time. Okay. So knee issues, success, mastery, structure, and foundation. Earth. It's the symbol for Capricorn that I see is like a huge, beautiful cathedral or a huge you know, gigantic, like the calls. Any sort of huge ancient building, temple, like the Golden Temple or the Taj Mahal, anything that's just so built to last. And I call it like the cathedral of your soul. So what is your cathedral of your soul? Like, what is it you want to really build in your life that you will achieve great success with? And so Capricorn is that energy. And you look to the knees. Do you have any issues with your knees? There could be some issues around you building that material world success in your life. Really interesting, right? Very interesting. It also relates to age and wisdom. Age and wisdom. Yeah. So that brings us down to Aquarius. Now, a lot of people think that because Aquarius has this water line, that it's a water sign, but it's actually not. It's an air sign, but it's called the cup bearer, right? The water bearer. And so Aquarius holds the vision for the new age. Aquarius is cool. Aquarius is friends with everyone. And the part of the body that Aquarius rules is the spine, the spinal column, the nervous system, the energy body. You ever heard of the energy body? So the energy body, just like a house has electrical, the human body is also electric in nature. And that's why things like acupuncture are really powerful for healing, because acupuncture works on the energy body. Pretty cool. So anywhere you have an issue in your spinal column, you have an issue in your electrical, like how's your nervous system, right? How are the impulses between the cells and the nerves? You're going to look for Aquarius energy. Okay. Okay, we're almost there. The whole body, we're having a whole body workout right now. Okay. So your feet are probably far down to touch. If you want to touch your feet, you can. And the feet relate to Pisces. So Pisces rules the feet. And so the feet are all about, you know, how we stand on this earth. But Pisces is water, which leads me to wonder if maybe the best way for everyone to ground is actually through water. I don't know if you've ever heard this before, you know. I used to think I got to get grounded to the earth. And then I worked with a healer and she said, you ground through water. And so I would guess that a lot of you may ground the best through water, through being at the ocean, through being near a creek or a stream. That water actually is what allows us to get the most grounded and connected. Drinking water, right? Being near water, hearing water. It's an amazing way to feel that connection to the oneness. Okay. So would you all like to unmute and we'll just go through this list together and make sure we've all got it? Yep. Go ahead and unmute. Let's do this together for fun. Okay. So I'm going to place my, well, I'm not going to touch every part. Okay. But I'm going to place my hand on my head and then I'm just going to ask you to call out what astrological sign this is related to.
Aries.
Okay. Here?
Taurus.
Huh? Okay. Arms.
Gemini.
Okay. Breasts.
Cancer.
That was easy. Even I remember that one.
Okay. Heart.
Leo.
Okay. Stomach.
Virgo.
Kidneys.
Libra.
Reproductive organs.
Scorpio.
Scorpio.
Scorpio, sorry.
Reproductive organs.
Ophiuchus. Something like that. Ophiuchus.
Okay, so here's a good way. A few kiss.
Mucus.
A few kiss. That's a good way. Or oh fuck this. Either one it works. A little more up. Top of the thighs.
Sagittarius.
Okay, knees.
Capricorn.
Capricorn, exactly. Okay. The spine.
Aquarius.
Aquarius.
Okay,
Aquarius.
and the feet.
Pisces.
Pisces.
Nice.
Yeah, way to go, way to go. Give yourself a round of applause. You guys, you're doing so good. That's awesome. So do you see how actually embodied this chart can be? It starts at the head, then it goes to the throat, and it goes down through the body. Okay, so we've got the signs down. Now we want to apply this to an actual chart. As in, how does this work when we look at a chart, right? Because we got the sign.
¿Ves que estás en video que se te vemos haciendo?
Yeah? What was that?
Está viendo a mí.
All right. So here we go. We got some Spanish. Here is a way to think about the planets. Okay. So the sun, okay, we'll come back to this because this is actually not quite right. Okay. So here we have an astrological chart. Okay, here it says Virgo rising, right? But I want you to notice that on the inside wheel, it's red. And then we go to red and it's Aries. So the first house is always related to what part of the body?
The head.
The
The
head.
head. Right. And then the second house has orange, which goes up to this symbol. So what part of the body is the second house related to?
The throat.
The throat. And what sign is that?
Taurus.
Taurus, right. And you can see it here, right? And then we come to the third house, that's a lighter orange, and it's Gemini. And so what part of the body does Gemini rule?
Arms.
The arms.
Arms.
Hands.
Right. Right. So the first house is the head, which kind of makes sense, right? Because if this is where we were born, first house, this was kind of us being in the womb. Head comes out first, right? Then throat, then shoulders. Yeah. Then we come to the fourth house, which is yellow, which is Cancer. So what part of the body is that?
Breasts.
Breath.
So the fourth house relates to the breasts. It's nourishment. So this is how I remember. Okay. So I always see like breasts, like a baby nursing here. And I'm like, oh yeah, breasts, breast milk, nurturing. Okay. Fifth house is a lighter yellow. And so what part of the body is that house, the fifth house, related to?
The heart.
The heart.
Leo heart.
Exactly. So are you seeing how the signs map over to the houses? Right? So the outer wheel always changes. So there's going to be 2 signs, or maybe 3, we're going to look at for each area that we're working on. So we're going to look at Aries, the head, first house. Then we're going to look at, okay, well, here's the outside sign is Virgo. So what does Virgo relate to? What part of the body?
The stomach.
Stomach. So if we were looking at someone's first house of the head, right, and they had a stomach issue, we would look at the first house because that would be stomach and head.
Oh.
Do you see? Okay, so another example. Here we have Taurus on the second house, so that would relate to the throat, right? Throat. Well, the outer circle is always changing based on the time we were born and our location. So if we wanted to know what someone's wealth, or we wanted to know about someone's throat health, we'd look at their second house. And then we would also say, well, what sign is on the outside edge? Oh, it's got Libra here. So we'd also have to look at what part of the body?
The kidneys.
The kidneys.
Kidneys.
Yeah, so we would look at the throat and the kidneys. So that's how we map across with the signs and start to apply it to the houses.
Can I
Is
ask
that-
you
Yeah,
a
go ahead.
question?
Yeah, of
Right
course.
What happens right there when Libra is together with Scorpio in the same second house? How do you
Yeah,
feel
right.
there?
How do there's 3 things now, right? Because now, right. So yes, as soon as you have 2 signs on the outside edge, you have to look at both. So we'd have to look at kidneys, we'd have to look at the reproductive organs, and we'd have to look at throat. Now, we may not even bother looking at the second house. And the magic to reading a chart is deciding where you look. So what guides you where you look is your question. So you can kind of ignore the chart and then just find out what the person's question is. And then from their question, you'll know, oh, well, this is a head issue. Where would you go if you were trying to find a head issue to resolve it?
The first house.
The first
First house.
house. Okay. Where else might you go?
Aries.
Aries. Pretty simple, right? It's not rocket science. You're just following a map. Once you know that the body is related to the signs, then you can map it. Now you know where all those signs are in your body. So now you can map it to the chart. Sound good? Fun? Kind of exciting? Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is what medical astrologers have done for thousands, for maybe hundreds of years. I don't know about thousands yet, but a long, long time. And so here's a really cool chart that shows you what body parts, right? So it's not just heart, it's also spine, it's upper back, it's spleen, right? That Leo governs. What about Aries? Well, it's the head, it's the eyes, it's the adrenals, and it's blood pressure. Interesting. So what does the head energy relate to? Okay, well, maybe our thinking and our thoughts might make our adrenals work overtime if we're afraid, right? Or if we're anxious. Oh, what about blood pressure? If we get too hot-headed, our blood pressure might go up. And so that's how the associations between the signs and then the body parts occurred. So you can screenshot this. This is an amazing tool. Thank you to Can Mool who came up with this. Okay. So from here, here's another example. And here's a picture of an astrological chart with the human body. So here we have the head with the first house. We have the throat with the second house. We have the arms with the third. The Cancer with the breasts, Leo, right? And so the body relates to the chart, just like we were born, just like we came out, right? Head first, throat, arms, chest, heart, kidneys, stomach. So the chart is basically an illustration or a mirror of our bodies. Isn't that amazing? And so where we have different planets in our chart can tell us a lot about what area of our body is being affected. Okay? Okay. So we're going to start tonight with a dear friend who I know she's been very excited to be here. She has a very big health challenge. And so I wanted to start with her because I wanted to give her the biggest breakthrough possible. And we're all fresh here, so let's see what we can figure out for you, my dear friend, coming all the way from Canada to get clear on. And then after her, we'll travel to Ecuador and introduce our new friends. We have some new friends here visiting us today. But this was planned for a while here. And then
You're almost there. No, a little more down.
I think, Goon, you're new as well. Okay.
There. Yay.
So Odie, so I guess I will. Do you want to share with us your question?
Yes, I'd like to know, well, maybe the why I have this persistent issue.
Yeah.
Is there something astrological, and when will it be healed?
Okay.
But I don't want to say the parts because I want to see how it comes up on the chart, not to influence anything.
So how long has this been happening?
Since 2020.
Okay, so 4 years. And
4 years.
Was there any issue around it before?
Meaning like a situation? Yes, the pandemic, the restrictions, lockdowns, not being able to travel. I'll start with that.
So this is a little bit more of a challenging case because as a beginning astrologer, you're typically going to know what part of the body and the issue that they have is, right? That really helps you when you're new at astrology to know, right, what is the health issue? Yeah, she's not going to tell me what the health issue is. She's putting me on the spot here to see if I can figure it out. This is gonna be fun for me.
If
So
it's okay.
that's okay. But I
Yeah.
want to tell everyone out there who's a new astrologer that this is harder, what I'm doing right now. And so you don't always have to do this harder part, okay? So typically they'll tell you. So I'm just going to tell you the first thing that comes to mind, and I'm going to do this in a way that helps you all know what to look for. So in astrology, when you're dealing with a case with someone, one of the rules with health issues is that whatever sign we have a lot of, there may be a tendency to have an issue in that area of the body, which is a little counter to what we might think. We might think if we have a lot of it, we're going to be good with that part of the body, right? We're going to be great. We're going to be grade A, best part of the body ever. But actually, when we have a lot of a sign, it can be a bit of a challenge. And so the first thing that comes to me is that she has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 things in Pisces. 8. That's a lot.
Bingo, bingo.
That's a lot. And so that would be the feet. That would be the lower part of the body. I'm also drawn to this area of your body because Chiron is here. And we haven't gone into Chiron. I could teach a whole masterclass on Chiron. But Chiron is the wounded healer. And so whenever I see Chiron, all of you healers out there, that is an immediate red flag of there is a very deep, profound issue here that probably stems back through many lifetimes. And I'm going to say a word to you. I'm going to say this one word, and I just want you to feel how it ripples through your body. Okay? Mermaid.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I know this might make people laugh at home, and you might go, what do you mean mermaid? Okay. Some people say that we were beings of the water before we came to land. And so there was a shift between us being in the water and us coming to the land. And some people say that there was actually a war, like a nuclear war that drove souls onto the land, out of the water. And that some people carry like a lot of trauma from having to leave their home in the water. Okay, so go ahead. So you said bingo. So I said feet and you said bingo. You want to share a little bit more with us about that?
Absolutely. So in 2020, I tripped twice in the staircase. No balance on my feet, stumbling, tripping, knocking my feet, whatever. So yeah, the feet are the stem, the big issue, which obviously ripples up the body. But yeah, definitely a foot issue, 100%.
Wow.
And
Oh, man.
what's even weirder is that I had just a quick session with an energy healer, and she scanned my body and she stopped at the hips. And then I said, didn't you see anything with my knees and feet? And she goes, well, we'll do the healing, but no, I didn't see anything. Then she came back after whatever she did and she says, I wasn't able to scan your from the hips down because they were like strapped together with like a belt or something. So she goes, energetically, I unleashed your feet, but they were tied together. And spontaneously, I got chills when you said that. I said, is it because I was a mermaid? And I haven't incarnated fully into this body and I have trouble walking and tripping and this, that. And she just started laughing. And then she goes, very, very well could be. But anyway, that was the word that came to mind. I just said that to her. I go, is it perhaps I'm a mermaid? And absolutely in love with water. When I'm by the ocean, I'm like a 2-year-old playing in a puddle. It's crazy. Isn't that crazy? That's why I didn't want to say anything because I said it's too easy to spoon feed. It was unbelievable.
I'm
something else.
Wow. Well, you're drawn to me for a reason.
Yes.
I'm also a mermaid and I don't mind saying it because I've actually had memories of being a being who lived on a planet with water.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of us out there who have some type of profound relationship to water, almost like water beings, right?
Absolutely.
And
Yeah.
I have also struggled with feet. And so I can sense a resonance in you. I'm like, oh, we probably knew each other from the mermaid planet. And then, you know, whatever you're thinking at home, you might, yes. And there's probably a lot of other mermaids on this call. Welcome. And so how do you heal the mermaid wound? Well, the first step is already happening, which is to acknowledge that this is part of your life stream, to acknowledge that part of your soul print was that you were this divine being of water. And it's also a relationship to the divine feminine. Okay, so think about mermaid flow, that oneness with the water. And think about our planet being a bit kind of divorced from the divine feminine waters, and that there being lots of issues with water and with how we feel our emotions. And so, as a soul who's come with so much divine feminine connection, there's this pain around how the divine feminine has been treated for lifetimes. Okay, I'm seeing like lifetimes. And so, that's part of why the feet issue is that your soul is asking you at this time to heal this, because it's part of your spiritual mission, because your ascendant is Pisces, your sun is in Pisces, your Mercury is in Pisces. It's what you're here to unlock and perhaps even to teach. I would look into past lives related to Atlantis and Lemuria. I would look at, I'm looking into, maybe look into you having been a queen of the mer people. And so there's almost like this ability to lead and guide the mer people that you have. And what is mer people? Mer people means divinely intuitive, feminine beings of water, men and women, connected to an intuitional guidance system that is based on love and based on feeling. It's very feminine in nature, although many men were also part of the mer people. It's more about feeling and being. And so I feel this deep need in you to be around others like you. It feels like you've been cut off, you've been separated, and it's like this pain, this ache in your heart to be, and heart, I say heart because sun rules Leo, sun is the heart. Okay, so sun right near the ascendant, near Chiron, tells me that there's a pain in your heart. Venus is the divine feminine, it's the goddess, around this divine feminine connection to the goddess. And so for you to heal this, how soon will depend on how much you're able to create a space for your true beingness to emerge, right? For you to actually be able to swim in the waters. Are you close enough to water?
I'm more in the mountains and the woods, but it's definitely on the horizon, because I think always I'm thinking I should go by the ocean just to be near the ocean salt and the walking, grounding into the sand. That would
Yes.
be very, very healing.
Yes. I see you going to some hot springs and just being able to soak in the water. It's like you need the water to heal. You need to get in the water again to there's connections, and there's also retraining you how to balance life on land with life on water. But this moment in time, this moment of us connecting is going to be the beginning of the healing, because this is so deep and we're touching it at a soul level. And when we touch at the soul level, then everything else unlocks as we come down into the physical. And so I already feel a lot of healing happening as you're just acknowledging the pain of being disconnected from water, disconnected from your roots, right? Your roots of being a mermaid, right? That's a very different root than the
Wow.
average person, right?
And
And
I'm
so,
thinking that a mermaid or a fish, anyone in the water is free. There's no barriers. And when all that restriction and you can't do this and you're locked down, we had it very severe here in Quebec, all
mhm,
kinds of things. So probably all that restriction, I felt probably very stuck and confined,
yes,
suffocated. So, by the timing of it anyways, that was the energies that were like suppressing my freedom of just going and being where I wanted to go, right?
yes.
So
Are you
that's
welcome? Are you welcome? Are you open to me doing a little facilitation on this with you?
absolutely.
Okay. I want you to put into your hands, and everyone join me, where you feel stuck. Okay, so I want everyone to feel anywhere that they felt stuck or confined or blocked in any way. And just put that into your hands. Anywhere you felt stuck, you felt confined, and then OD for you, focus on this feeling of you not being able to like move, right? Like stuck, confined, all that. Anywhere you felt that, anywhere related to the lockdown where you felt confined or stuck, like you couldn't move, like you were trapped. All those words you were saying, I want you to just put them into your hands. And I want you to breathe it in and out. And I want you to allow whatever's coming up to come up and come out. And take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And by the power of God, it is commanded any and all stuckness, anything trapped, this feeling of trapped around land, trapped around your ability to flow with the water. By the power of God, it is commanded anything stuck or blocked here, let go, release, clear. Go out of all the cells, out of the tissues, out of the joints, out of the muscles, out of the bones. Superconscious, please take us to the core root issue blocking OD from feeling safe to expand, to flow, to move, to be free. Superconscious, take us back to the core original issue that's blocking this freedom for her, freedom of expressing herself in all of her glory. And please identify this core root issue. Please tag it. And superconscious, please do a complete change history and everything as needed. And levels 1, 2, and 3 in the highest and best order, in the highest and best way now, please. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It is done. It is done. Show us. Take a deep breath in and out. And just let it go. We ask for an unconditional love healing of your front chakras, of your back chakras, of your lower chakras, especially your feet chakras, especially your ankle chakras, especially your knee chakras. Healing and balancing for the tail, for the mermaid aspect of yourself, to allow it to integrate with the leg, the land, the land and the water, that you have access to both realms and that you be taught how to do this. You know how to do this. You know what it feels like to do this. You know how to flow as well as to walk on the land. That you can do both. You're free to do both. You have power to do both. You are set free. You are liberated. You are allowed. And anything and everything blocking that source, superconscious, we just ask for complete change history, and everything is needed, levels 1, 2, and 3. In the highest and best order. In the highest and best way now, please. And take a deep breath in. A deep breath out. Oh, whew. Fantastic. Let me just ask for complete unconditional love healing for OD across all levels and layers in all directions of time and space. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It is done, it is done, it is done. Show us. Oh. Oh. Beautiful. And just take a nice deep breath in and out. And just notice how you're feeling. Notice if there's more space around you. Notice if you feel lighter and freer. And just slowly coming back into your body, feeling grounded through this new awareness of you. Grounded into the waters of the earth. You don't have to just ground to the earth. You can ground to the waters of the earth. They're always available to you. So you're never disconnected. You're always connected to the Divine Mother, to the divine flow.
Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Yeah, my pleasure. That was maybe the coolest reading I've ever gotten to do. That's awesome.
You want to know what's really cool?
What's that?
I bought an inflatable spa because we're in cold climate, but 6 months of the year, I'm in my spa at least 2 hours a day. And I do my physiotherapy and my stretches, and I'm in the water, and my son goes, "Ma, are you a fish? You are always in the water." And it's the only place I don't trip.
Yeah, you know, this could be an issue for a lot of souls, so I'm really glad this got brought up. Yeah, if you have tears or yawns, that was some major energy. Even if you don't consciously know what we're working on, this is beautiful. You're a very advanced soul, very ancient soul, and so it's quite an honor to get to deliver this healing and facilitation. And so amazing how accurate this is, my friends, right? How accurate it is that we can easily identify health issues pretty quickly simply by seeing how much of one sign do we have. That's one really easy way. If someone doesn't know what's wrong, you just look. There are a lot of things in one sign. Look what we find, right? So amazing. And biggest love to you. Biggest love
Thank you
to you.
so much. So much, so
Yes,
much.
yes,
Thank you.
yes.
Oh, and there's also an obsession with shoes.
I'm somehow not surprised. You carry on with your good self there. Shoes are a fun way to be on the earth.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So now
Crazy accurate. Thank you.
you are so welcome. My pleasure. Okay. So we're gonna welcome, we have a new friend joining us all the way from, so I'm gonna stop share for a moment, from Ecuador, and I will invite her to turn on her camera. I got a
I
lot
sent
of you.
I sent you a message.
I saw, yeah. I'll just ask her to start video. Yeah, go ahead, Sonia. You can start your video. You can unmute. Yeah. So I'll invite you again. So you should get a video and an invitation, Sonia, to turn on your video. Maybe you can tell her coach. She'll get an invite. There it is. Perfecto. Perfecto. Awesome. Awesome. So we're going to go to Sonia tonight, all the way from Ecuador, which is so awesome. We've got people in Canada. We've got people in Ecuador. We've got people in Florida. This is the best ever. Okay. And so Sonia, I know Gio-sama said you speak some English. See? No? No? Go ahead, unmute. Hola. ¿Cómo estás? Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So do you have a question? Preguntas? To
No, no.
no question.
So good.
Any preguntas about your body? ¿Cómo se dice body, coach?
Cuerpo. Cuerpo.
Cuerpo.
Ajá.
Cuerpo.
¿Cómo se dice dolor?
Pain.
Sí,
Pain
sí.
in the pain. Pain the neck.
Pain in the
Ajá.
neck? Sí,
Ajá.
sí,
Ajá.
sí. Okay. So we're gonna take a look at our beautiful friend's chart. Now the neck is an interesting place, yeah, because it's not just the head and it's not just the shoulders. It's the meeting. It's the meeting between. So first thing, of course, is her head. We have sun. Okay, so head. This is feet. So we would come down here. Okay, so this would be the region where the neck would be. This is one region. Okay, and she has the planet Uranus in sort of the throat area, but she has the moon here. This is Cancer. So we go up to the moon here and we see that it's in Pisces. Okay. Sonia, did you have any issues with tu madre?
No, my mom is dead.
She's dead. Okay. When she was alive, was there any challenges with you two? Difícil o fácil?
Dime lo que le está
Fácil,
diciendo.
muy fácil, tu madre o difícil?
Repeat, please.
Tu madre, your mother, was
Yes.
muy fácil, very easy with her, or muy difícil?
Yes, good, very good,
Very
very good. Very good.
How long have you had this issue with your neck?
How long? 25 years.
Long time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Long time. Have you ever done acupuncture?
I don't know. Repeat, please.
Que si te han hecho acupuntura, ñaña.
No, never.
Okay.
This is my sister.
Yeah.
Sí.
No, she hasn't done any acupuncture.
Can you turn
Thank you.
there's like an echo. So just if you talk, you just have to turn me off in the background. Okay. So your Chiron, this place here, is in Aquarius, which rules the electrical body. I'm hearing there may be an issue in the spine and in the electrical body that acupuncture would really help you with.
Yeah.
There's some kind of a block because
Okay.
Chiron is the electrical body.
Mm.
Okay? And
Yeah.
so there's some type of energy block here between your head and neck.
Yeah.
And acupuncture may be able to clear this for you.
Yeah.
See. Also, massage, Christy, that's a great point. Massage would be very beneficial as well.
Oh, yeah.
But acupuncture is going to get to the root of it.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
And also, you have Jupiter in Capricorn, close to Saturn. This is the bones. Do you take, there's a type of raw calcium mi madre takes, is wonderful, is very helpful for her bones. I will send you the link for this. It will help with, I will send you a link for helping with inflammation and also the bones.
Okay.
Now let me, okay. How do you feel about hablamos, speaking your truth?
¿Cómo te sientes con relación a que no entendí qué?
I don't know. I don't know. Understand this moment.
No comprende. Sí.
No.
Sí. So, communication.
Yeah.
High, easy for you, muy fácil o muy difícil?
Oh, difícil.
Sí. So, Mercury, planet of communication, is right next to Lilith, an asteroid. Lilith is the sign of the rebel. It's the sign of thinking differently, having a strong point of view. And people may have trouble hearing what you have to say. You have a strong style of speaking. See?
Yes.
See?
Yes.
So there is healing that can happen for you around speaking, around both sharing your words and hearing with the ears others. There's some type of block here.
Yes.
And this is the pain. What you have to say is importante. See?
Yeah.
Lo que tú tienes que decir es importante.
El grupo, correcto. Sí.
Ajá. Ujú,
Muchas
ujú.
personas
You need the right people
conocer a las personas
to talk
correctas.
to.
Ya. Select the person.
Sí,
Ujú.
sí, maybe las personas, new.
Ajá. Okay.
New
Yes,
club.
yes.
I understand.
I understand. It's
Sí,
very
comprende.
good.
Sí,
Yes.
sí, muy bien, muy bien. See, so much here in her house of who she is. Sun in Gemini, communication. You are
Yes.
here to speak. You talk. You have things to share.
Para compartir.
Ujú, ujú.
Pero las personas no comprende. Ay, 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 you want to shake them, yeah?
Okay, yes.
It's true.
So,
It's true. It's true.
sí. So find correct personas. Correct.
Encuentres las
Right.
personas correctas.
Yes.
To hear
Okay.
what you have to say.
Yes.
Y los demás yo.
Sí.
You
Okay.
need to join a new club or a new group because you're here to share.
Tienes que conseguir un nuevo grupo de personas con las que tienes que.
Oh, it's difficult, but this is my family. The group is small.
Sí, 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 sí.
Mhm.
Ujú.
Okay.
Muy difícil la familia, sí, I know. I know.
Muy
So,
difícil. Oh.
sí. Sí. So, la familia y las personas, other people. You need to have other people who can hear you. That will help you. And also,
Okay.
cuidado y comunicación con las familias. Careful.
Ujú, sí.
Sí,
Sí.
muy, very strong. You are very strong.
Es muy fuerte.
Ujú, sí.
See? And they go, they can't take it. It's too strong.
Y no pueden recibir eso, lo que tú
Pero
quieres.
it's two. It's you. It's who you are.
Esa soy yo. Ajá. Yes. Ajá. Yes. I understand.
Sí. So, un momento. You, tú, planet Mars, action in Leo, big energy.
Marzo,
En Leo.
En Leo.
¿Leo?
Y tienes mucha energía.
Oh,
Sí,
yes. Sí, food.
Con destiny point. See? Big energy is your destiny.
Mucha energía.
You have something big to create.
Algo grande por crear.
You know this. You know this.
Súper. Muy bien.
Muy energía. Tú.
Okay.
Más energía. Big energy.
Yes.
Coach Gio, he is going to help you.
Gio te va a ayudar.
Oh, yeah.
Sí.
Yeah.
Connect to more people.
Yeah.
Para conectar con más personas.
In Ecuador, in the whole world.
Y todo el mundo.
Okay. Perfect.
Tú y Coach both have Mars in Leo.
Ya.
Big energy.
Bien. Esa es mi carta astral. Okay.
You both shine. You're here to build something.
Tienes algo para construir.
Ya. Oh. Yo.
Something stable.
Algo estable.
Pure. That
Bonito.
shines.
Ay, que va a brillar.
No.
Ah, I know. Retreat center.
Ay, no, no, no,
Retreat
no.
center.
Retreat Hunter.
Land. Land.
En el planeta Plant.
No, bueno, como grande.
Mm,
En la
Con
tierra.
water. Agua. With agua. Muchos agua.
un barco. Mm.
En la playa.
Land
Un
with water.
centro de retiro.
On the beach.
¿Sí? ¿Sí?
Un retiro,
Okay.
dice la
Sí. Muy bien. La mucho, mucho, mucho dollars.
Mucha plata.
Sí.
No.
Sí.
Oh, yeah.
Sí.
Bien, bien.
Now. Muy
Now.
importante. Now. Because Venus, the billionaire planet,
Porque
today
el millionaire
is
planet
got
hoy.
Jupiter, the millionaire planet, on top of it.
Tiene
Today,
varios.
Ya.
big opportunity.
Una oportunidad
Ya.
muy grande.
Sí.
Oh.
Sí. Con las personas.
Con muchos pequeños.
Sí. Con las
Muy
personas.
grande.
Lots of people.
Grande.
With your love. With your
Oye,
love.
con tu amor.
Oh.
Sí.
Ya, ya, ya.
Billionaire planet and house of lots of people.
Millionaire planet, o sea, planeta
In the
millonario,
sign
es
of
mucho.
land. You build it, they will come.
Tú lo haces y la gente lo
You can do it.
la ñaña.
Ok, buenas noticias.
Good news.
I come visit.
Yeah, good news. Good news for me.
Sí. Sí.
Bueno, thank
Sí.
you. Thank you very much.
Sí. Muy bien.
Okay,
Very nice to meet you.
gracias.
Nice to meet
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Thank you.
Sí. Muchas gracias to you as well.
Gracias.
Gracias a ti.
Aquí. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, this is my first attempt at reading an astrology chart in Espanol. Thank you for your patience. Very good job. And what I will say in English, is that Sonia has her destiny point in the second house. The second house relates to real world physical material things, building something. With Mars is big energy to take action. In Leo is shining. So she's going to take action and shine as she builds something big, because the billionaire planet is in the house of all these people. The house that reaches so many people. And right now, tonight, exactly, both the moon and Jupiter are landing on her Venus, her billionaire planet. So it's a windfall. It's an opportunity for her. And she got drawn to me right now in this moment to give her this information. How cool is that? Yeah. And as she speaks her truth, Mercury in the conjunct Lilith. Lilith is rebel. It is, I will not do that which I do not want to do. I will only do what I feel is right. Because as the story goes in the Bible, Lilith was the first wife of Adam. But he said, do this thing. And she said, no. And she left. So when you have Lilith near Mercury, you're very strong with how you speak. You won't put up with any BS. No BS. No. Only truth for you. Some people can't handle this. That's okay. So you can both be more careful with your speech because it's always going to be so strong. And you can also find the right people who can hear you and listen to what you have to say. So do both and you find the balance point. It will help everything in your life to flow because you have your sun in Gemini. So you're here to speak. That's who you are. You shine. as you talk. You shine as a communicator. That's amazing. And you're speaking in English across the internet tonight. I mean, how cool is that? That's really cool. So you trust yourself more, okay? Trust yourself more. I'll say that to all of you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm still learning Espanol very much. Sí, muchas gracias. Okay, my friends. So, whew, we're doing good tonight. Who would like to go next? Who's next? Okay, we'll go with Goon because it's your first night. Goon, where are you joining us from? You can go ahead, unmute. Yeah. Oh, hold on, Goon, you gotta unmute first so we can hear you. Yeah, go ahead. I'll invite you. See, there we go. There we go. Yeah.
There, can you hear me now?
Yes, 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 yes.
Yeah. Hi.
Hi.
Lovely to join you.
Yes.
It's fantastic what you're doing. I'm so impressed.
I am too. I was nervous when she said she wasn't going to tell me her health issue. I said, okay, well, this makes it or breaks it. Thank you, God, that this stuff works.
You did it.
Ooh, we made it.
Wow, this is so exciting.
It is. So what would you like to ask us about? Tonight the focus is health and healing.
Yeah.
Is that something you're looking for guidance with?
I had hypothyroidism for a very long time since my second child was born. That's about 20 years ago.
Long
So
time.
a very long time. So I wonder if I can ever heal completely. That's what I think I can, but it hasn't happened yet.
Right. Okay. Okay. So hyper or hypo?
Hypothyroidism.
So slow.
Yeah.
Okay. So the first thought, of course, with the throat, thyroid being in the throat, would be to go to Taurus to see if that's an issue. But there were no planets in Taurus. So I made my way over to the planet that rules Taurus. So every sign has a planet that rules it. So we have Venus rules Taurus. And wouldn't you know, oh boy, Venus is conjunct your Chiron. So Venus would be related to the throat. Chiron would be wounded healer. I can relate to this in my own healing journey as something I've come across is that Chiron can be the area we have our deepest health issue. And so what does that mean? And you also have your destiny point. And so your destiny involves your wound. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what you're here for is also related to the thing that is the biggest issue. Yeah, this happens a lot, actually. You'd think this is rare. This happens a lot, that our biggest challenge is actually our biggest destiny. And so that in that moment is already going to start to give you some relief. And you're going to feel a bit like you can breathe a little bit better. Yeah. 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 Because you've been trying to figure this out, right? And so now you finally have permission that it's okay. Like you've been going the wrong way. You've just been going the right way, and this is part of your journey. Oh, I'm getting emotional. So the throat's clearing. Okay. So what is Chiron in Pisces? So Pisces, okay. 2 in 1 night. Pisces is the mermaid.
Really?
Yeah.
I love mermaids.
Yeah. Yeah. Pisces is the water. It's the water being. It's the fish. It's the mermaid. It's divine intuition. It's psychic abilities. Whew. Big energies coming through, my friends. You might feel waves of energy. There's a lot of energy coming through because I also am reading energy. So there's just a lot of energy coming through. Just let it come through. These charts are a portal into the soul. That's why I call them oracles. They're not just pieces of paper. They're actually entrance points into our soul purpose, why we're here, and our biggest challenge, which for you is this Chiron in Pisces. So there is a past life, or many, maybe many, where there was trauma around you teaching and sharing your gifts as a psychic, intuitive, divine feminine being. I'm getting probably a priestess, or maybe even part of the ancient water mermaid peoples. So you're a very old soul. You're actually, both you and Odie, interestingly, remind me of each other. And I get the sense that you're also from that level of ancient times. So you're a very old soul, very wise soul. And you're starting to feel a lot of relief and a sense of peace because I'm saying what's true. And so you were such a beautiful divine channel. You're just such a pure, you're also an oracle. You're also a psychic healer. You're also a healer. And there was immense trauma that your beautiful self went through. Oh, it's so hard. It's so hard. It hurts my heart because what happens is that all the gifts that you had were at one point deeply revered and honored. I'm burping. It's interesting. They were deeply revered and honored. You had high status. You were like queen. You were like, a beautiful being of light, and you were appreciated and honored. And then there was something that happened in our Earth history, like a trauma, where you went through many lifetimes of not being honored. And in fact, that those same gifts that were revered and honored in previous lifetimes, you might yawn. You might yawn here. Those same gifts were, because that's just energy moving through. So I generally feel it before it comes. So I try to give you a warning. Those same gifts were then cause for you to be persecuted. And there's really no easy, and tears are coming. It's okay. Just let them come. So that same beautiful, bright light within you, that was the divine gift of you, your soul. It's like you're just this beautiful, radiant channel of divine love. It's just beautiful because Venus is divine love. And I'm getting so emotional right now. And Chiron is the wound. And it's also your purpose to sort of acknowledge and face this journey of your soul, and also maybe to assist other divine feminine beings who were also just radiant goddess beings who went through extreme persecution after this certain point in our Earth history. There was a trauma, there was a separation around water for you and for your sacred gifts of divine psychic intuition. And it is related to your throat and the pain of being suppressed through the throat. And so things might have happened to you around that suppression of your spiritual gifts. You might yawn. A lot of energy moving through. Just let the energy move. A lot of healing is happening already. Yep. We can just talk about stuff. We can literally just have a session with the chart and we just focus in on it and the healing starts happening. Okay. So what does this mean? How do you make sense of all this? So one step is for you to acknowledge your spiritual gifts fully. And I'm seeing you claiming your crown. And I'm going to seriously start crying as I say that. But you claiming your crown, you claiming your throne, you claiming your ability to teach, and the emotion is part of this healing for you, but it's powerfully, it's rocking that you are a teacher because the 9th house is teacher. You are a guide. You are at a high level of ability, and many lifetimes you've hid from this. Your past life point is in Virgo, which is details, rationality. It's the body. It's everything you can touch. It's everything physical. So you're very good, rational mind, detail-oriented, perfectionism. You have great skill here. But this lifetime for you is about embracing the intangible and the spiritual and becoming a teacher of spiritual energy as opposed to material energy, to get out of that material world and get into the spiritual world, to get out of the earth and into the water, to guide other divine feminine souls on their purpose to heal and to align to their destiny through that divine feminine gift of your heart. And so, yeah, it would make sense that you've held back, because the last time you were in a place of power and of on your throne, it didn't go so well. So you've been like, no, thank you. I'm going to slow myself down. I'm going to just slow it all down so I don't have the energy to go out there because it's too heavy. Yeah. So we're just going to do a little clearing on this. I want everyone on this call to think about somewhere in their life where they're afraid to go forward. It feels heavy to go forwards. It feels heavy to step into your spiritual truth. Yeah, it feels heavy. It just feels heavy and slow to speak your truth. It feels heavy and slow to claim your throne. It feels heavy and slow to step into your power. And so feel that resistance, super conscious. Please tag and identify all of that heaviness. And please do a complete change history and everything is needed. Levels 1, 2, and 3 on all that heaviness. Deep breath in and out. You're going to feel a lot moving. That's it. That's it. That's it. Right and wrong, good and bad, pod and pock, all 9 shorts, boys, POVIDs, and beyonds. A lot's moving here. That's it. Good, and take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Good. I'm just asking for unconditional love and healing around this. What do you notice?
You know, it's a bit lighter around me, in me.
Yeah.
Lightness.
More space.
Yeah.
More awareness. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. And so the density has just been the old. Did you know that where we store our past life information is in the back of the neck?
Okay. But it's in the front, the
Right.
Yeah.
So what I'm seeing is that the memories come through the back and that vibration affects the front.
Okay.
If that makes sense. So as you let go of them, and there may be more layers here, this was just the very first beginning for you to start to feel some opening and to feel some relief. Okay, because you've carried this for a long time.
Yeah.
So I'm here to work with very old souls. I'm not everyone's guide. I'm not everyone's teacher. I'm here specifically to work with very advanced souls who have been on this earth a long time. And you'll be drawn to me if that's you. And it's just the way it works, because I can speak what needs to be seen for you, because not everyone can go there because they just weren't even incarnated. They weren't even embodied during your lifespan, your year, your soul span. Okay. I have so many lines on my hands that little girls wouldn't hold my hand in school. And so I was told from an early age that I'm a very old soul. And so I've known that for a long time. And so I'm here to to support and assist very wise souls to up level into that next level, to remove whatever's in the way of that up leveling, because sometimes it's very deep. And so you need someone who can see those things. And a lot of people just aren't at that level. I've worked with so many healers And I'm like,
Yeah.
why isn't it working? And a lot of times it's because they're just not far enough along to be able to access the issues that I have to access. So
It's fantastic.
I'm happy to be here.
You are like the half of the world around. I'm from Norway. You're from California? No.
Yeah. Yeah, I love it. I know, I know.
And I found you.
I know. That's why I started this channel, so I could find my people.
Wow.
Really.
Wow.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
whole life I wondered where you all were.
Me too. I wonder where you all were.
Yeah. So I hope to bring all of you together, right? My hope is to bring us all together and to heal and to learn about this chart because
Yeah,
it's
love to.
an amazing tool. It's
Yeah.
amazing. And so I'm really inspired to teach as many people as possible how to access this information and how you can share it with others who are also needing assistance and guidance. And so for you, for healing,
Yeah.
I'm hearing herbal teas, like really researching what herbs are good for the hypothyroid,
Okay.
and water, like getting
Mhm.
into water and sort of sending energy to the thyroid.
Yeah.
And then doing a heavy metal detox
Okay.
because the thyroid often gets burdened by heavy metals like
Mhm.
mercury or aluminum or lead. These things happen from, drinking water that's come from old pipes. It can happen from going outside and there's chemtrails. I mean, it's all around us. And so heavy metal detox is really important for the thyroid. So maybe even getting something like zeolite. Zeolite's very good for clearing heavy metals.
What is zeolite?
Zeolite.
CEO.
Zeolight. Zeolite.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So
I never
very,
heard. What
yeah,
is it?
it's a type of mineral. It's a
Mineral. Okay.
mineral. Mhm. And it
Okay.
helps to pull out toxins in the body. Zeolite,
Yeah.
powerful cleanser. So nice to meet you.
I've been working so much with herbs and celery. I use celery. That had a
juice?
great effect on my body.
Mhm.
And yeah, I have done a lot of things for working on it.
This feels like it's at a very deep spiritual level, which could be why the herbs haven't fully. I'm hearing have you heard of comfrey?
What? Comfrey?
Comfrey, COMFREY.
No.
Comfrey is an herb that heals. So if a bone has broken, it will heal the bone. It will heal it will call it come back together. You can get a homeopathic version of comfrey to help you heal anything that was ever hurt in your body.
Okay.
Traumas. Because I'm hearing you have sort of like spiritual trauma that you're healing from.
Hmm.
And that's why the herbs weren't always enough, because it's a spiritual trauma.
Yeah.
Because Pisces is the spirit. You can look up Chiron in Pisces, and you can also look up Chiron in the 9th house, and that's going to give you a lot more information as well on what to do. And we can talk more.
I have to talk to you later.
Yes, I would love that. I would love that. Oh, wow. So good to meet you. And where are you in the world?
I'm from Norway. I live in Skien, which is about two hours south of Oslo.
Oh, beautiful. Beautiful.
So,
so
I think,
go ahead.
Yeah, it's I'm just I don't know. I forgot the words. I'm just amazed.
That's why I'm here. That's why I'm here, so we can help you get what you need.
Wow,
wherever
thank
you
you
are,
so
whatever's
much.
happening. You're so welcome. So welcome. I've dealt with health stuff for years, and it was only actually through the chart that everything's starting to make sense. and healing is happening finally. And
I
I'm
be-
so passionate to bring you this. Yeah.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
You're so welcome. So nice to meet you.
So
All right.
nice to meet you too.
Yes, 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 yes.
I see you later, I hope.
Yes, we will see each other soon, I think.
I've been up all night now, so I
Oh,
think I have to go to bed.
yes,
It's
go
about
to bed, Gun.
it's 5 o'clock in the morning here now.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for coming. I'm in awe. I'm in awe. And I hope and pray that this was the medicine that you were looking for and that your throat heals and your
It's
thyroid
gonna
comes.
be so exciting in the future.
Yes, I feel that. Yes.
Thank
Big
you.
love. You're
Good
welcome.
night.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye. Awesome, everyone. So we're getting really on the later end here for a lot of folks. So we're going to just do one more reading tonight and we'll see what else we can fit in tomorrow. And we're going to call on Christy because Christy, you were here last night and then you weren't able to jump on. So I made your chart. It's a little bit less fun because I didn't have. But do you have any health related questions?
Oh, okay. I can unmute.
Yes, good job.
I don't know if I have any questions. I mean, I know some issues that that I have had and stuff, and
Okay.
some like chronic stuff. I'd like to see what the chart shows too.
Sure. I'm just blocking out your birth info to be be polite. Okay. All right. So here we go. So the way the chart works best is as an oracle. So go ahead and we're going to spin the wheel and you ask me a question that you'd like information on. If you can relate this to health and the body, that would be best because that's the focus for tonight. Tomorrow, the focus is going to be on like life purpose as well as more about wealth. And then on Friday, it's going to be love related questions. Okay. So anything, and so health can also be emotional health, right? So it doesn't have to just be body health. It can also be like emotional state or like karma or like I keep going through this same repeat situation over and over again. What's happening here? So anything that you're looking to change or transform in your life that you would like clarity on that relate to like your emotional health, your mental health, your spiritual health, anything of that nature.
Okay. I've had a lot of issues like in my head in general, like eye issues that you probably know about, like, and neck issues, sinus issues, like all in my head from like my head to my throat, basically. It's like a chronic thing. That's what's coming up.
Okay, perfect. Perfect. Thank you. Yeah, that's really helpful. So immediately I'm going to, where do you think I would go first? If you were me and you were trying to figure out where to look first, where would you look first? What would you go towards?
Which you mean which sign or?
Okay. So if it were me and it's me, I would go immediately to the first house, right? Because that's the head.
The head, yeah, yep.
And the eyes. And so you have something going on here that is very noticeable, which is that you have Saturn, which is the planet. Saturn tends to have a lot of karma with it. It's kind of like our lesson planet. It's kind of like the hard work planet, like stuff we have to work through. And then you also have Mars, which is physical energy. It's the body. It can also be aggression and anger. So these are two in Vedic astrology, they call them malefic planets, and that they can be kind of, like Venus is like love and it's the billionaire planet, like it's the sweet energy, it's the feminine energy, which you have next to your sun. So you have a lot of love energy that you shine, right, as a positive. But in terms of a challenge area, you have Mars near Saturn. And your ascendant, which is your identity, your head, and your eyes right here. Okay, so what might be causing the eye issue? One, I would say, is anger.
Mhm.
And it's in Libra, which is relationship.
Mm.
So I would imagine that there could be either a past life, present life, or earlier in your life issue with a masculine partner where you feel some kind of extreme anger. And it could also relate to just anger, like, because Mars can either be the action we take, a very positive, right? So on one hand, you're probably a very good leader. You're good at taking action. You're good at starting things. And then on the
Mhm.
negative side, it can be anger, like you could be easily angered or irritated by things because Mars, you see how that sharp point? It's kind
Mhm.
of, there's a little bit of sharpness to Mars. Okay. So, and then having Saturn there, which is like lessons, it tends to be past life karma, like things that you're here to work through and master that are like difficult lessons in the beginning. But then as you get older and with time and with grace, those challenges become blessings, right? You become the
Mhm.
master of your issue.
Mhm.
So there's negative and positives here, but the first thing I would look at is potential anger towards a masculine in your life.
Mm.
It could also be anger towards yourself around your own masculine energy,
Mm.
which could be like frustration around how you're acting or not acting, things you're doing or not doing. And then
Mhm.
if we just think about the eyes, that's what we see with. We see with our eyes. So this could relate to something that you're seeing and then potentially feeling anger about, or something that you're suppressing and you're not taking action on. There's a natural remedy for eye issues, which is rose water. I don't know if you've ever tried that before.
Yeah, I love rose water.
Yeah. And one reason I'd recommend it is because Mars is the masculine energy. And masculine energy is usually settled by feminine energy.
Mhm.
It tends to calm it down and tends to soothe it, right? It's like the water to the fire. Like Mars is fiery energy. And so adding a
Mhm.
little more feminine energy to your eyes in the form of eye care, like what you watch. Like, what are you
Mhm.
watching? Are you watching like aggressive or strongly energized things, or are you watching
Oh.
things that are feminine or loving or kind or
Mm.
gentle? It's kind of like, what are you seeing that is anyway irritating you?
Mhm.
And how can you bring some healing to that to soothe it? And then you also have Saturn there, which is like discipline. It's work. It's like disciplining your ego. This is not such a easy placement, Christy. I'm like really not gonna lie. Saturn is this strong force of discipline. It's this force of, and it's on your ascendant. You're very close, like 1 degree away from it. And so Saturn is teaching you to be very disciplined with your energy, with with how you interact with people, with what you
Mhm.
do. It's also about success and it's also about mastery. And so having your Saturn there means that you're really dedicated to becoming a master with your own identity, a master of your own energy, a master of how you present yourself, a master of how you interact with the world.
Mhm.
So it could also mean like some past life karma, potentially around birth, around who you are. It could be restriction. You could feel really restricted by authority figures. You could feel really restricted by anything trying to hedge you in, and you might be fighting against it, Mars to Saturn. And it could be this irritation that could be causing the eyes to have issues or the sinuses or the head. So things that cool down Mars, like rose water, lavender, um, it is in Mars and Libra. Libra is Venus. It is Venus. It's ruled by Venus. So it's Mars in a sign ruled by the planet Venus. So we look over here at your Venus, and it's like 3 degrees away from the sun, and that's really powerful. But it also could mean a lot of heat, a lot of fire around your Venus energy. So
Mm.
aloe vera might be really good for you, right? Things that
Mhm. Mhm.
soothe. things that calm, things that cool what feels like
Yep.
maybe too much heat, too much energy, too much irritation. So I would take inventory on what is irritating you in life, because the head is what we think about, right? The head is what we think about. So I would say that there's something in your thought field, in the mind, that's driving you crazy. And you're going to have to get it out somehow. Like either, running, tapping, acupuncture, acknowledging it, allowing it, talking about it, allowing yourself to feel about it. But it does seem to maybe relate to a man in your life, because Mars is the masculine, or your own masculine energy. Um, yeah, I just keep getting something to do with a potential ex-partner, either in this lifetime or another lifetime, because you have Mars's rules Aries, and you have Aries on your 7th house. So there's a strong chance that, this lifetime or another lifetime, there was some type of partner, and there's some type of irritation about something that happened with this relationship, because Aries is the head. Tell me what all of this brings. Does that touch on anything? What's it bring up? Let's
Yeah. No, and yeah, there was definitely more than one, more than one partner.
uh-huh.
Multiple. So yeah, in the past. And
So,
I believe in past life also too.
right.
And it's not as bad as it used to be. Like I've learned a lot about all this stuff now, like the eyes and like so it's not. I've been working on it for a long time, so it's not
Mhm.
as bad as it used to be, and
Yeah.
a lot of lessons around it. It's like a lot to it, I think.
Yeah.
And I've learned what things help it too, like some of the things you've said, along with I definitely need to exercise a lot. I see
Mhm.
if I don't exercise and get my energy out that way and meditate, then that anger kind of starts to come up. And
Yes.
it's
I
like
would
kind of like it's not even sometimes like it's not even like something that's happening. It just kind of like feels like my like it's like a hormonal thing also too.
It's almost just physical, isn't it? It's just like
Yeah.
erupts, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So I would do this would be a really powerful time, because the new moon, the sun and moon are activating your 7th house right now.
Mhm. Mhm.
So the sun and moon are in your 7th house tonight. Okay, relationships, partnership. And so it's being highlighted, right? It's interesting how that works. And and I would do some work on, have I forgiven these people?
Mhm.
And why haven't I forgiven them? And if I did forgive them, what would my life be like? Because it's like I'm sensing so much massive energy around this. Like it's pretty amazing. Um, Around, as you forgive them, what's going to happen in your life.
I've been working on a lot of that for a while.
Yeah.
So I've
Yes,
even called some up, wrote letters and all that stuff.
I
Yeah.
just really wanted to encourage you, because forgiveness is probably one of the
Mm.
most challenging things to do with romantic partners. Like seriously, like so much, because they bring so much stuff up in us. And so I just feel, I just wanted to encourage you with that, because I sense that as you do that, it's like gonna unleash your whole purpose in life. Because your
Mm.
destiny point is in the house of relationship, and so is your Chiron, which is your deepest wound, and so is your Mercury. And so relationships are really the ground for you of your soul purpose, right? It's both the deepest wound and it's the destiny point. And so as you go towards that, right, it's going to open a lot of doors. Um, would you all, I'm kind of wondering, okay, so tomorrow night I'm going to focus in on the destiny point and on Chiron, and the relationship between our deepest wound and our destiny. That seems like a good polarity to work with there, because a lot of people have them together. I mean, this is our second person or third person who has that combination. Okay, so literally your destiny and your greatest wound are together. And so congratulations on choosing a really high level soul path. Really. And as you work on that, with the millionaire planet on your Mercury right now, you're going to make a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
So I get the sense that, as you forgive these other partners that were difficult, they were painful, they made you angry, it's going to allow you to open up to your path and to your destiny and to money in abundance. And like you said, health is very important because you have Aries, you have Venus and Aries here. And so you choosing to take action on your body to lead, to be a leader, you might even, I'm hearing, become some type of a exercise coach or guide for people because you got what it takes. Like you got the energy, you got the drive, you got the momentum. It might be a really powerful way for you to, because Venus, the billionaire planet, is in your house of health and the body right now. So doing work with health in the body might be a really big way for you to make money. It's just amazing. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. Oh,
Yeah.
it's very
Yeah.
helpful.
I hope that was helpful. And, the Chiron is in Taurus, which is the throat as well.
Mm-hmm.
So that's part of the issue as well, is speaking your truth, right? So having the anger and frustration well up, and then how the heck do I communicate it? And so there's probably some kind of trauma around speaking your truth because Mercury is conjunct Chiron, which is communication.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're really learning how to communicate with your partners. That's one of the big things for you, is learning how to do it in a way
Yeah,
that,
communicate with people in general.
yes,
Without like I've been really working on language and just how I speak in general and to everybody,
yes,
even into myself too.
yes. It's all about language, isn't it? It's all about language. The spells that we tell ourselves and the spells that we put on other people. It's really real. So ideally, we learn how to begin to cast powerful, loving spells more and more and more and more and more, and our life improves more and more and more. Truly, truly, truly. Okay, well, come back tomorrow because we're going to do more here and you can ask more questions tomorrow night. It's awesome to speak with you, Christy.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're so welcome. And I know there's some folks that I didn't get to talk to tonight, but it's 8:00 and we've gone for a long time. So I want to liberate you all to be free here and get to go home. And well, you're already home, but to get to enjoy your home. And tomorrow night we will be delving into really any questions that haven't been answered yet. Okay, so if there's something that we haven't covered yet around wealth, around soul purpose, around identity, around your deepest wound, I'm going to leave that a bit open, but we're also going to talk about the combination of the destiny point and Chiron. So our destiny, what we're here for, and our Chiron, our biggest wound. And a lot of times they're together. Isn't that interesting? I mean, I think it really relates to what many great teachers tell us when we complain about our challenges. And they say, don't, your challenge is your greatest opportunity. Oh, yeah? How? But seeing tonight so many of you having Chiron with your destiny point tells me that a lot of souls have chosen to take on this kind of journey where you're healing yourself from this big challenge to go into your next level, right? Does anyone have any questions before we end for tonight? Any questions, any comments, any shares? Anyone want to share something or questions? You can unmute or not. I think everyone's tired and stunned at this point. Awesome. Well, I just want to say a little prayer with you all. It is the day after the new moon. So I just want to take a moment in prayer here to send love and acknowledgement to all of you, to your beautiful souls. to the gift and the blessing that you all are. And set the intention. You know, what is it you set yesterday? What was your goal, hope, or vision that you set, that you wanted to create, that you wanted to bring through? And maybe send some love to it. Send some love to what you want to create. Say a little prayer to yourself, empowering and honoring yourself for who you are. And just feel that love from God, from Source, just shower over you, the divine grace of your beingness, divine gift of you. And send love and appreciation to your intention that you wish to create. Love and appreciation to you. Think of one thing you're grateful for. And just be with your heart and be with your breath. Just feel that love across the planet. Just sending love to all beings. Sending love and gratitude. Thank you, God, for this moment. Thank you for this gift of each of you. Thank you for this beautiful opportunity to share our love, to grow our dreams, to create a world of beauty and love on this earth. May all beings on this earth be happy, be healthy and free, and may all of your dreams come true. The greatest of ease and love and joy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And now take your beautiful prayer and throw it on up to the universe. Woo! And let it sprinkle beautiful light and blessings across all beings through all directions of time and space. You can stretch your arms out and feel the hug of all of our hearts across this planet. I'm going to squeeze the person on my right, person on my left, and say hi, and just feel that force field of love traveling across the entire earth, opening your heart, giving a big group hug to all of you across the planet. Y'all beautiful gifts and blessings. Beautiful. And then bring that energy back in to your heart and just feel the blessing. Just feel the blessing radiating in, amplifying your hopes, dreams, and desires. And we will see you back here tomorrow night at 5 p.m. to keep going, to keep answering your questions about your destiny, about your purpose, and hey, maybe money and wealth as well. So I love you all.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi, thank you.
Thank you.
Have a
Thank you,
beautiful
Lourdes. You're
Yes.
absolutely amazing angel. Thank you.
Thank you. So are you. Thank you. Thank you. May you go with God. May you go with grace. Patrice, I will send you your chart. Much love. I'll send your chart to Sonia. You all have a beautiful night. Much, much love. All right. Aloha.
Aloha.
It was so